What is going on, Summit? Welcome to a new content piece coming at you. We got the two solo Bolo Kings here. I'm X-Ray, that's Bhrisy, and
What
we have a
up?
new content called Solo or Bolo. This is a different version, a Summit version of this or that from the LCS. So we're gonna get some slides. We're gonna talk about the two different options or three options depending on the slide. And we're going to say we'd rather go with Bolo or Solo. And it's going to always be Solo, then Bolo, just so you know. You ready, Bhrisy? Get into the first
I'm
slide.
ready, baby.
All right. So, first slide, most exciting new mid laner. So, once again, I'm going to be a little biased on this one. Mid too easy is my mid laner. So, he's really competitive. I've been playing with him a lot and doing with him. And he knows a lot about the game, and the way he plays it is very strategic. He's not super aggressive when he is playing like the Aurelia, like we see on the slide. He is a super strong mid laner. Never saw. I don't know a whole lot about them yet, just because I've only seen them playing the show matches. But what I have seen in the show matches, they did face off against Mid Too Easy. And Mid Too Easy kind of slammed Never Saw, so I'm going to go with Mid Too Easy on this one.
All right, X-Ray. Well, I too have a little bit of bias because Never Saw happens to be my mid laner.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I haven't spent a bunch of time with them, but man, they're quite the mid laner. Now, Never Saw psychotic individual who's never going to turn that competitive drive off. So I think that pretty much gives him the upper hand over every mid laner in the league right now.
Okay, okay.
So I think I'm gonna go with Never Saw on this
All
one.
right. So Brizzy went with Solo, I went with Bolo. Moving on to the next slide. Most likely to win back-to-back titles.
Ooh. Oh man. Okay.
Ooh.
This is interesting because you know, so Owen last season he ran the top lane, absolutely ran the top lane, and I know X-Ray you're gonna say, oh yeah, I got the solo kills, but this is a new season. And Owen, I can't see him, coming down off of that throne. So I'm gonna go with Owen here just because of that. I mean, just seeing that Olaf picture right there, it brings back very very bad memories.
Yeah, I definitely feel you. Nico and Butts, I mean, they are on the same team. They are on the I don't even know what their name, but Ravage something, or Mongooses, I think. But I'm gonna be honest. I have scrimmed against Nico and Butts, and right now I don't have a huge favor for them yet. Maybe they'll
Okay.
scale into the later season. But granted, it was only a scrim, so it's not anything too crazy yet. Maybe they'll scale into a better team in
Yep.
in actual games.
And,
However,
huh.
Owen, like you said, a monster in the top lane. Could carry his whole team to just win the whole season. But granted, he does have a new team,
Yeah.
so maybe Owen can find another rhythm with his current team. Maybe trying to play in
hmm
the same style. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting because I mean, Butts he has that 1.5 average placement in the past few summit seasons. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Owen though. I think Owen's
all right.
probably the most likely prospect.
All right. So a double solo on that one.
Best Summit Sniper, Red Ranger or So Much Dog. So I'm pretty sure this is talking about Red Ranger. I can't remember who he sniped. I'm gonna guess it was, or maybe he was talking about Owen, and then So Much Dog was talking about like maybe a Riven player.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe that. But I
Those
don't
are
know.
two very quick bids, I'll tell it.
Those were two very quick bids, but I'm assuming they're talking about sniping a specific individual from someone, but I don't
Okay.
know everyone who got like sniped out of there. So I'm gonna take in reference that it's um who's the name Owen and Riven player,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be honest, Red Ranger taking Owen off the table right away is already a big advantage. So yeah, thoughts?
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go the other way on this one, just because I know Riven Player 3 personally. I mean, I'm not sure if everybody has an idea as to how good of a player he is, but I think So Much Dog had a really good draft pick on him, because I mean, I have high hopes for him coming into the season, and I think he's going to be able to perform. Uh, Granted that Riven might be taken from him every week, but that's just kind of the punishment you get when you name your when your riot ID is after a champion.
Riven
So
Player 3, the Riven Player 2 and 1 were taken, so
yeah,
he had to get Riven
so
Player 3. So I went with Solo. Brisson went with Bolo. Moving on, team that will have the most fun. All right.
most fun. Okay.
Um, you know
So I
what?
mean,
Yeah, these are two very different teams.
agreed. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw the draft, and when I was watching draft, the man that drafted three positions, max bid, three players that were
Immediately.
immediately. And when you have those four players alone on a team, it already looks super fun. So
Oh yeah,
I gotta
vibes.
I gotta go with Fraud Watch, Baratel. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This logo alone gets me. It gets me every time I look at it. I'm like, dude, this team looks so cool.
It's good. It's good.
But Lord Turbyton, I mean, definitely has some interesting pieces. I don't know if I would say fun, but it definitely has
Mhm.
some different pieces. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go with Bolo.
Fair enough. I have, I have the same idea as you do, as far as, the team with the highest vibes. I think that's going to be the most fun team to play on. I mean, they're going to take the league seriously, obviously, go in every week wanting to win, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to, they're not going to tilt. They're going to get upset. I think that the combination of all of those players together is going to bring a great atmosphere, and it could translate to more wins than the rest of the league is thinking that they're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, they have Giuseppe Heck and Baratel. Those two
Oh
alone
yeah,
have like such good
absolutely love
vibes. Good
Baratel. Yeah,
vibes.
absolutely.
So move
Great.
next.
He did a great job.
Last slide. I think this is the last slide. I think we had 5 slides.
Think
Maybe
so?
this is
Yeah.
4. I don't remember. So biggest
Who knows?
brain manager, Thim or Soulpan? Okay,
He's, yeah.
Soulpan waited to the very last minute to actually start bidding on people. Maybe it
He
was a
saw
good
the
play.
chaos.
Yeah, and Soulpan, I mean, does still have a pretty solid team, so I'm not gonna say his brain isn't big, because I've played with him. He's got a pretty big brain.
Yeah, guy's a genius.
However, I think the biggest brain manager on this thing is actually gonna go with them because of the way he drafted. He got a lot.
Okay.
He got a couple players for min cost, and
Mm-hmm.
he sniped two really important people off the list, which is Dunk and
Oh
Barbecue
yeah.
Leona. Those
Mm-hmm.
two players alone, I think, are really good, and they're two newcomers, but I think they're going to be really impactful in the lane in this team. So,
Right. Yeah.
Sopan, however, like I said, really good team. I'm with them on this one. I think Solo. I'm gonna go with Solo on this one.
Okay. All right. No, I do agree. I think Thim made some really good draft picks. A huge brain on going for Asian Jason for jungle. Granted, I think we'll see how he performs, just because he was playing mid last season. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he may have been cooking in the off season, cooking something up for the rest of the league to see.
Listen, you
But
can't pick Oriana every game now, okay? She's not blindable.
but at the same time, I mean, you look over at Solpan's team. He picked up XRAY, and I mean, I think the real undercover pick was Injustice. I mean, the fact that he waited so long, he
Yeah.
picked up a super solid top laner. I mean, Sulpan himself in the jungle. I mean, he's going to be able to impact a lot of those lanes and put these really really great players ahead.
Yeah,
So I think
Soulpan
I'll go.
effectively, yeah, Soulpan
Yeah,
effectively has like 4 diamond players on
yeah,
his team.
yeah.
That's
He killed it.
so, and he got most of them from mid cost. So, like
Hmm.
I said, don't want to discredit Soulpan, but I'm gonna go solo on this one.
I will go Bolo.
All right, and that is the last slide, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to watch this solo first episode of Solo or Bolo. My name is XRAY. That is Bhrisy, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Solo or Bolo.
Oh yeah.